Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? It is Blue Friday, and it is also Seahawks game day. Seahawks play a game tonight, the final game of the preseason in Dallas against the Cowboys, 5 o'clock West Coast time. And before I talk about this game in any detail, as many of you know, I will be live streaming this game tonight. I will be posting a stream up a little later today. It's going to start right around 5, maybe a little bit before, but right around that time. And we're going to stream throughout the whole game. I'm going to be watching it over here. Going to do play-by-play, going to talk about the game, talk about what I see, talk with people in the chat. We're going to have fun. We've done this before, and certainly many football channels on YouTube do watch-alongs. So I think most people have a pretty good idea of how it works. But I don't do a ton on this channel. I did say I was going to do one in the preseason, so this is that one. And we are also going to do one in the regular season. I think I'm going to pick week 3 to start off. And if it goes well, if I'm happy with the results, then we may do more later in the season. If I feel like it's helping the channel grow, then we may do another watch along later in 2022, and we may continue to do more as the seasons go on. But I I think we're going to have some fun. It's obviously a preseason game, so the stakes aren't going to be super high. But there are definitely some things that we want to see from the team. There are definitely some things that we need from this team to feel good about our prospects going into the regular season. And I'll be here to comment about the whole thing. I'll probably do the post-game video right after the game on the same feed as the stream, as I've done before for Seahawks games that I've live streamed. And hopefully it's successful. Hopefully we get a good turnout, and hopefully the team gives us something to be a little bit happy about. Also, sometime in the early afternoon, I'm probably going to go live on Twitch until the game starts, more or less. Going to be on Soul Hackers 2 again. So if that's something that interests you and you want to swing on by, do so. I should be live from, like I said, early afternoon on. So in one capacity or another, I should be live on YouTube or Twitch for a good chunk of the day. So hope to see you there. Hope to see you at 5 o'clock tonight. And hey, it's preseason, I know, but I think that coming off what we saw last week, we need to see some things from this team. We need to see certain things, or else we're going to have a bad feeling going into this regular season opener against the Broncos. So let's talk about it. So, first and foremost, I don't know what the Cowboys are really bringing to the table. They haven't looked great in the preseason yet either. So they may be looking for some confirmation of how good they can be in this game. I know they lost Tyron Smith, so they're probably going to use this game to figure out who's their new left tackle. Is it going to be Tyler Smith, or is it going to be somebody else? But I don't know if they value that. There are certainly some teams that decide they're not going to worry about things like that and just let things go how they may. Excuse me. So I don't know if you're going to see the starters. I don't know if you're going to see the big hitters on the Cowboys. But either way, there are some things that we really want to see from this Seahawks team. I think the first thing is we need to tackle better, and we need to cover on special teams better. Tackling has been a huge problem through the first 2 preseason games, and special teams coverage has been, they look like they might be one of the worst special teams units in the league. They, through the first 2 preseason games, that's the perception. Now, look, the thing is, and people need to keep this in mind, under Carroll, the Seahawks have generally always been very good at tackling, and they've been very good on covering kicks and punts. So this is not something that is typically an issue. I've had some comments in recent days talking about how it feels like our teams always are terrible at tackling in recent years, and it's actually not true. In most missed tackle metrics, we are right near the top of the league. We are very good at it, even when our defense hasn't been that good. And special teams coverage, I think there was like 1 or 2 years where it was bad, but that got fixed pretty quickly. Carroll tends to run a tight ship when it comes to that, and it makes sense why. He's good at motivating players, right? He's good at getting players up to play in a game. He's good at getting the most out of their sometimes limited abilities. So if this preseason game plays out in such a way that you see the team missing another dozen plus tackles and we give up another big return or two, then it's officially time to start to be concerned, right? The first preseason game, it was like, whatever, it's the first time they're tackling. Second preseason game was like, okay, what's going on here? If it happens again, is this going to be a problem? Is this going to be something that we deal with in the regular season? Because tackling and special teams play is mostly about effort and discipline. And if you can't instill that in your players, then you have to ask, are the players even listening to the coaching staff anymore if they start doing stuff like that? So, got to see better tackling, got to see better special teams play. I think that's 1 and 2 for me, because if we're not good in those areas, if we're a bad tackling team and we're a bad team on special teams, that's how this team goes like 2-15. That's how this team goes 3-14. I believe this team can win 6 games or so, but they're not going to get there if they can't tackle and they can't cover on special teams. So I look at that and I go, all right, the thing that matters here, you need your players to play with discipline and you need your players to play with motivation. And if Carroll can't get them to do that, then he may not really have anything left. There's not a whole lot he has to offer if he can't even get the players motivated and playing with at least some degree of special teams discipline. Beyond that, it kind of depends on who's going to play, right? Like, we know Penny's not playing because of COVID. That's fine. Still no Walker, as expected. No Sidney Jones, apparently. No Goodwin. But we are getting Artie Burns. Dwayne Eskridge is back. Collier apparently is going to play. That's what I'm hearing right now. Could be his last hurrah, by the way, because 53-man cut, I don't know if he makes it. So that's going to affect whether or not we can expect to see anything from the running game. If we're down to Homer and Dallas as our top 2 backs. I mean, no disrespect to Travis Homer or DJ Dallas. They're both having good preseasons, but that's not going to be where the motor comes from when the regular season starts in the running game, and we all know that. I would, of course, like to see the offensive line continue to play effectively. I think they've had 2 pretty good games so far. The pass rush, I think, has been pretty good through 2 preseason games. Nwosu, Taylor, Mafe, they've all shown ability to wreak havoc in the backfield. Continue to see that. But we obviously we can't go anywhere without talking about this quarterback battle. Geno's going to start, but Drew Lock may play 3 quarters, maybe even more. The way it's being talked about, it sounds like Geno's going to start, play a little bit, and then Drew Lock gets the rest of the game. So Drew Lock may even get to play with the starters. And look, I'm Team Drew Lock. I'd rather see him out there than Geno. But at the end of the day, I said this on the Hawks Nest stream last night, and I'll say it again. I just want one of these guys to be competent. I want one of these guys to at least be able to hit an open receiver, at least be able to make a read or two. I don't want somebody who's just going to overthrow receivers by 18 yards every play. So whoever it is, Locke, Geno, even Eason, just let it be somebody on this team. And let it be somebody who's at the very least not going to force us to trade for somebody, right? Because if that guy isn't on this roster, Carroll's going to probably get out there and be like, okay, we need to get somebody who can at least throw a ball in a straight line. Okay, Sam Darnold, Garoppolo, pull Brett Favre out of retirement. I don't know. But I'd really rather not do that. I'd rather not give up money and assets to players who I truly don't think are going to be a significant upgrade over what we have. But that's where this is headed if one of these 2 guys can at least show that I can drive the bus. Those are the main things. I think everything is worth watching, right? Like, this is the game that goes a long way in deciding which, I think, 27 players get released? 26, 27. So I look at that, And I go, a lot of these guys need to be very, very motivated to make that extra play to get yourself in the head of the coaches so they don't want to let you go when the cut time comes. So you're going to be seeing guys going at it. You're going to be seeing the third stringers really go all out, giving everything they have, and that can be fun. And hopefully it results in something good, something positive. Some guys that may or may not be on the bubble, like Marquise Blair, with the way Josh Jones has been playing, this may be Blair's chance to prove that he deserves to at least be on the team. Based off what I've seen, especially that Bears game, what I saw in that Bears game, I don't know if he needs to be here anymore. Justin Coleman, I don't know if he needs to be here anymore. Maybe he has to be because we traded Amadi. But, all right. I think that's about it. All you can say about this game. We need to see... I don't expect greatness this year. I really don't. I don't expect anything special. But I do want to see something competent. I don't want to see us not have a quarterback who can even drive the bus. I don't want us forced to play a quarterback who just careens the bus into off a cliff. I don't want a defense that can't tackle. I don't want to see every time there's a opportunity to get off the field on third down, we miss 2 tackles and give it up every time. If we get beat, let us get beat because the other team's just better. Don't let it be because we can't tackle. Don't let it be because we let up a big punt return or a kick return in a crucial spot. And come what may, got to start laying the seeds of that competent team tonight. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Hope to see you guys on stream later. And one more preseason game left, guys.